Over the next festive season, we are going to be doing a lot of entertaining, and a sure way to impress your guests is definitely by making a chalkboard tray. Now, our DIY specialist, Aidan Bennetts and Ewan, shows us that this DIY is a lot easier than the cup of tea that's going to go with it.
Time for a bit of DIY here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And today, myself and Aidan, our builder's DIY expert, will show you that DIY doesn't need to be difficult as long as you have an idea, know how to execute that, and of course, have the right tools. So Aidan, nice to see you again, man. So what are we making today?
The festive season is just around the corner, and of course, entertainment is the name of the game. There's high bills that come with entertaining, so we're always looking at cost-saving alternatives. Today, we're making this wonderful little chalkboard tea tray. So you can see there's the finished product. I'm going to run you through the steps.
Brilliant. What do we need? Well,
our ingredients for today's project is this length of Meranti wood, which has been pre-cut by Builder's Warehouse, some masking tape, blackboard paint, some varnish, this roller paint set and stain, these two wonderful little handles which I picked up at Builder's Warehouse, and of course, the chalk to write your ever-endearing message.
Great. So what's going to be the first step, Aidan?
First up, Ewan, we're going to take our pre-cut length of Meranti and actually put a dark stain on it.
Get a nice and a rich color.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do first is take our clear varnish and add it to our roller paint set. As you can see, it's clear, and we actually want to add this ebony stain to it. So we actually throw in a little bit of that.
And how much do you need to put in there?
There's no fixed rules. You can really feel it. For a small piece like this, 1/4 of one of these containers to a 500 ml thing will be absolutely fine. You just want to make sure that's nicely mixed up, otherwise it'll leave running streaks. And then once you actually do that, it's just get your roller nice and soaked and actually apply it to the length of the wood.
Oh wow, look at that. That's a really nice color.
A tip is to apply 2 coats and leave 10 to 15 minutes between each coat for the stain to dry.
Right, Aidan, our tray is nice and dry and it's got a beautiful color. I guess we should get going on the chalkboard paint.
Absolutely, it does look nice and warm and rich. So a nice easy tip is to take this wider than typical masking tape, and we're just going to stroke it out on the edge here to actually create the border line, and then we're going to take the chalkboard paint and paint inside those lines quite neatly.
Carefully rub away any air bubbles and make sure the masking tape is very secure, as you will be applying 2 coats of chalkboard paint. A small sponge roller works best.
A little tip when you're painting and using masking tape is try not to apply too much paint at once, because the masking tape is quite absorbent and the paint will actually leak underneath the masking tape. So apply the first coat sparingly, and the second coat you can go again on top.
Aidan, by the looks of things, I think we're nearing the end now.
As you can see, the chalkboard paint is nice and dry. So what we're going to do is pull off the masking tape. That's a very nice, neat edge there. And if you could just grab that side. Perfect.
And off we go.
Looking good, man, looking good. Okay, next step is to actually put these handles on, and we're going to drill these tiny little pilot holes all the way through the board, and then actually just screw them on from behind.
If you don't own a drill, you may apply a generous amount of super glue gel to the underside of the handles and carefully position them on each end of the board.
And there you have the second one, nice and fuss.
Brilliant, and there we have our serving tray done.
Good job. Only one thing left.
What's that?
Just to write that message to the loved one.
And some food, of course.
Maybe a bon appetit.
Bon appetit, I like it.
Let's see it again. To make this chalkboard serving tray, you'll need timber plank, wide masking tape, chalkboard paint and wood varnish, as well as a sponge roller and tray and decorative handles, plus a piece of chalk. Start by applying 2 coats of wood stain. When it's completely dry, carefully tape off the edges of the board with masking tape. Apply 2 layers of chalkboard paint with a small sponge roller. Once the paint has dried, remove the tape and attach the decorative handles. Write a message and you're ready to welcome guests.
See, now the cool thing, once you've created your own chalkboard at home, or your own chalk tray that you can use to serve your friends drinks and all these kind of refreshing things during the summer, you can have it on a table like this, which is actually pretty nice. Look at it. It's a Leisure Fern 7-piece teak set that could be yours, courtesy of our friends at Builders. It's valued at 5,500 Rand. The cool part about it, you can have it in the extended version like this, which is about 2 meters long, or you can fold this in, bring that in, and it makes a 1 meter smaller little table. 5,500 Rands worth of outdoor furniture could be yours by SMSing the keyword builders, including your name and city, to 33728. So that keyword is builders, and you include your name and city. SMS that to 33728, and the birds could come chirping at your table, just like that one over there. How sweet. Let's take a break.